Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and tonight we are looking at all the new free-to-play weird games I have played. And yes, I got a PS5, and there's a bunch of free cool stuff on there. So the list starts awesome with Kid Amnesia. It's Kid A and Amnesiac. Those albums from Radiohead. It's a tour, a musical tour. It's just beautiful and bizarre. It's not huge, but it's just a wonderful experience. And there were a couple points where I was just like, "Oh my god!" It feels like you're hallucinating while you're playing the game. It's like this scene. It was like almost too much, and then of course the music. I'll probably have to remove the music for copyright reasons, but. It's just amazing. Like these three music videos you have in this black void are just amazing. So if you get a PS5, it's free to play. Definitely check it out. All right, moving on to Interaction Isn't Explicit. Another free to play game that's just this weird little black and white charmer. There is some color in the game, like lakes and rivers are blue, which is astounding as well. The game just looks terrific. It's really beautiful. It is a shooter, kind of. Now, that is the annoying part of this game, is they don't give you enough ammo, and so you'll shoot a guy like 3 times, and then he'll go down, and you'll be out of bullets. So then he comes back up, and you gotta shoot him 3 times again. So it gets really hard at points, and you have to be really careful, but you do have a melee, of course. But, so a lot of the time it was like, shoot 3 times, and go in and then melee them, and they're down and they're dead. But so many times that messes up, or you can't get close enough, or they jump back up, and so it does get really hard. I don't know how big it is. I haven't finished it yet, but yeah, look at this thing. This is just totally free to play, single player, third person shooter beautifulness. This is another win. Just definitely check this out if you haven't yet. All right, now, okay, Zlorp Adventures. Do I even need to say anything here? Like, I looked at this and I was like, why, what is this? Why is this? It's like a random spin game, but just free to play. It's like a random spin platformer game that's just free to play, and you wander around in these big old school platformy levels that almost kind of like remind me of Banjo-Kazooie or something, but not fun. And not fun to play. And just ugly. And yeah. Weird though. Weird and interesting, I guess. Okay, now Silent Hill, the short message. Now this one, it's interesting. They're trying to do PT, but again, but I don't know. It's just not. It's not the same thing. It's not the same experience. Of course, not having the twisted minds of oh God, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro and Kojima. Like it really does. You can't beat that. Like, you can't even come close to that. So it's like, why did they even attempt this? I'm not sure. And the subject matter is unpleasant. Yeah, we gotta talk. I don't want to talk about the subject matter. I mean, I guess I should just say, if you know, you know. But it's pretty depressing. Trigger warnings, all that stuff. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's all about hurting yourself, which is not good, and I don't recommend. All right, moving on to Astro's Playroom. This was a mild surprise. I figured, just like the PS4 Astro thing, it was just a couple, functionality checks, and it is at first, but then you get these 4 areas with 4 levels each, and it turns into a cool platformer. So, I wasn't excited at all for that new PS5 Astro game that everybody loved and gave awards to. But now I am. Now I kind of get it. It's really fun and beautiful to play. The one big downside here is that you have to play all 4 levels in one area at once. if you finish one level and then you exit the game, you have to do, you know, you got to do them all over again. So you have to beat four in a row, which is kind of tough, honestly. But it's fun, beautiful, free to play. Again, I say check it out and play it. It's totally free. Yay! All right, Fast Penguin, Fast Penguin. The visuals are charming. I like the penguins and stuff, but it's Fall Guys or whatever. It's what was that other one? Stumble Buddies. Yeah, it's the same game. It's more, there's more racing elements because it's a lot of sliding on ice. It's not as much precision jumping through like obstacles. It's more of a race, but God, I came in third my first time playing it, so I kind of honestly enjoyed it, and it is kind of charming, weirdly. All right, Undefeated. Yes, I was fairly excited about this when I saw the little trailer for it, but I knew what it was going to be. Kind of like Megaton Rainfall meets No More Heroes 3, which I just played. Yeah, it's really cool. You get to fly around as Superman, and there is a first-person view as well, if you are a big fan of Megaton Rainfall. But it's a real simple game, and it's weird because you go through the tutorial, and then it just kind of lets you loose in this open city and doesn't tell you where to go. So that kind of really sucks. So you're just wandering around after that and just solving problems and helping people. But yeah, nothing else has kicked in. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if I need to go online and maybe play with other people at some point. Maybe that's the end game of this. But yeah, I was just flying around the world and nothing happened, and I was just doing stuff, and so then I just quit. Yeah. Okay, dynamic scenes. I didn't know what this was, but I downloaded it, not thinking about it, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, I don't think this is a game. This is just like dynamic background stuff for your PlayStation. But then I found this, and there is a game in it, and it is a terrifically hard puzzle game where, yeah, you know, that looks like a top puzzle piece, but it's not, because you can flip the piece, and that makes the game so hard. So they give you these pieces that are facing the wrong direction, and you have to flip them. Oh my god. Okay. Radical Fighters. I was not excited to play this, and this whole linking my account with an, yeah, I don't know, that kind of scared me, but eventually the game just worked without me signing in on anything or giving them any information, thankfully. And then this cool intro to the game, looking very much like a circuit board. Yeah, visually, I do really appreciate it, but the problem with this game is, I don't know, maybe I missed a tutorial or something. I probably did, because I just wanted to go online, and I found only one person to play with, and then I wandered around and kind of collected these dots like Pac-Man and swung my sword, but then I got a bunch of guns, and I didn't know what to do with the guns. Like, there wasn't a way to use them, so yeah, that's unfortunate. It's interesting, but it's not like I'm going to play this again. All right, and now Marvel Rivals. This is our final game of the night, and yeah, I was told this was going to be pretty cool, and I dig it. You can play as Venom and a bunch of other characters. Now, I do have to be honest that you know, the visuals are great. The game is actually fun to play, but with Venom in particular, his attack seems so weak. And I played one deathmatch with him, and it was unpleasant to even play that way. So I went back to the Punisher, which was the first character they gave me. I understand how to shoot the gun and use it and the special moves, so I just went with him, and I had a pretty fun time. The one issue is whatever game mode I was in, what I was playing, it was like 3 levels. So you did this whole big area that lasted like 5 to 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you have 2 more areas, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is a little long for that. But yeah, interesting. I don't know that I'll keep playing it, but well made. But there you go. Thank you for watching Dork Points. Goodbye!